Hi, I'm Sharon Riley Morosi, Assistant Director for the East Brunswick Department on Aging, and this is the Voice of Experience. I'm at the Senior Center today with Abbas Dohadwala. Abbas is the coordinator for the AARP Income Tax Assistance Program, and we're going to talk to Abbas about that program. Abbas, what can you tell us about AARP Income Tax Assistance?
Well, the AARP tax service is free and is for everyone, but with a special emphasis on people who are 50 and older, and those who don't wish to go to a paid tax preparer.
And so, when does income tax assistance take place?
Well, we generally begin in the early part of February and go till the middle of April. Essentially, the tax season is from February to April, and we prepare the taxes here at the Senior Center. It's this East Brunswick Senior Center in East Brunswick, and we have been doing it here for more than 35 years. Yeah. And on behalf of the AARP, want to thank the Senior Center for providing this facility, doing the appointment work, and also publicizing the information in the newsletter, Voice of Experience.
Well, we are so grateful for AARP providing the service, and so happy to be able to help our residents with this important piece of their lives. So, speaking of that, the volunteers are trained. What type of training do they go through?
Well, all our volunteers are trained every year because tax laws keep changing, and then every year they have to be recertified by the IRS after they've taken the exams. In addition, the volunteers treat our taxpayers with courtesy and in a professional manner, and work with them to make sure their information is kept confidential for their own personal protection.
Tell us about the type of documents that people should bring with them if they want to have their taxes prepared here.
Well, the taxpayers have to bring all their income and expense-related information so that we can prepare the taxes properly. In addition, they have to bring identification information like photo ID, Social Security information, and also evidence of health insurance.
Okay. And you might have touched on this before, but I know people are concerned about their information and identity theft and those types of things. So what ways do you protect people's information?
Well, basically, they have to provide us with their photo ID, Social Security information, to show that they are the person who they came to be. And we also make sure that all the information that is entered for tax purposes is sent via the internet to the IRS. And we don't keep any taxpayer information after the tax preparation is done.
Okay. So would people be able to get a copy of their taxes?
Yeah, when after we finish the return, as we make sure that the return is prepared accurately. One additional person does the quality review and goes over the return again to make sure nothing got missed. And then we go over all the information with the taxpayer to make sure that they understand their tax return. And in case they have any questions, we obviously answer them. And then we also emphasize that this is their return, it's their information, and eventually they are responsible for the information that is on the tax return. So we just want to make sure that before the taxpayer leaves from here, they sign the document, which is then part of the process for preparing the tax return.
And what about the documentation that people need to bring with them?
They should bring all the income and expense-related information. Things for income, for example, is W-2s, pension statements, IRA statements, Social Security statements, and also information from their brokerage, firms, which shows whether they earned any dividends, interest, and so on. So all the income, and as far as the expenses, they may have deductions for medical expenses, medical insurance, property taxes, gifts to charity, any other miscellaneous charges, advisor fees, things of that type. So we just want to make sure that we capture all the deductions that are allowed so that we prepare the tax accurately.
Are there any restrictions or limits to the type of returns that you can help people with?
Well, we have certain returns which, if they are out of scope of what we are allowed to do, we will not prepare the tax returns. For example, if somebody has rental property or has a small business with expenses over $25,000 and also may have employees, we do not prepare those returns. Sometimes some returns have multiple stock transactions, and some of them may not have any cost information available. Those are the kinds of things that are considered out of scope, and we generally advise them to have somebody else prepare the tax return.
Okay, so it sounds like it's not the amount of income so much as the complications. Was that fair?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So you could theoretically have $1 million income, and as long as it's not outside the scope of activities, we will do the return.
Okay, and so you're here at the East Brunswick Senior Center. Do people just drop in to get their taxes done? How does that work?
To prepare the taxes, they need an appointment ahead of time, and we meet on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 till 12, and appointment is obviously necessary. So,
it's such a great program, and we're so grateful to you. Is there anything else that our viewing audience should know about the program?
Well, the thing that we want to emphasize is this is a free service, but at the same time, the taxpayers have the responsibility to provide all the information that we need to prepare the returns accurately. And of course, we deal with them in a courteous and professional manner. And we also do property tax reimbursements, the PTR, for the senior freeze. So the federal tax return and the New Jersey income tax return gets electronically filed. So there is no separate mailing involved. So which makes it easier for the taxpayers.
Boss, now your tax preparers are able to do both the federal and state income taxes?
Yes, we do both the federal and the state, New Jersey state return, and the returns are filed electronically.
Now you mentioned the property tax reimbursement form. What do people need to do to prepare before they come here for the property tax reimbursement application?
Well, before they come here, they should go to the municipal office and have the tax collector provide the information about what was the property tax and whatever property reimbursement that received before, so that we can use the correct numbers to file the new PTR application.
I know you're busy during this time. How many returns do you do in the season?
We do approximately 300 returns, federal returns. So there are approximately that many New Jersey returns also. And I believe last year we did about 175 PTRs.
It's such a great service, and I believe it is our longest running program and service available to our East Brunswick residents, and we are proud of it and grateful to you and all of the volunteers who take their time to train and prepare. If you would like more information about our income tax assistance program or any other programs available through the East Brunswick Department on Aging, then please call us at 732-390-6896. And please remember, the East Brunswick Department on Aging is here to help you and yours age successfully.